It's time to dive into some oracle decks that I recommend for this winter, Christmas / Yule season. Everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new. Hi, I'm Mend. So if you're new here, I cover all things tarot and oracle card related, spirituality, finding magic in the mundane, and glimmers in everyday life. So if that's your jam, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you part of the family. We're pretty awesome here, if I do say so myself. And this is part 2, not 4, part 2 of my deck recommendations for the winter / Christmas / Yule season. And so my oracle deck list is actually a little bit daintier than my tarot deck list. And so there is only 5 decks here this year that I feel like would work beautiful. It's really energetically what I'm feeling works well this year. So grab a cozy drink, cozy snack, get comfy cozy, and we will get straight into the video. We'll just get straight into it. Particular order, first and foremost, of course I'm going to recommend Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle. I'm currently working with this with the Winter Tarot from Seasons of the Witch. Love it. I love it. I love the combination of the two. I love the daily cards. I love the art style. It's very different to the newer Seasons of the Witch Oracle. I believe Samhain and Yule are from the same artist and then they changed artists. But this is absolutely stunning for this time of year, especially if you like, again, that more Yule aspect, more pagan way of celebrating this season. I just noticed that the cards in this deck are like little pictures over the heart here. How cute is that? But this is an absolutely amazing oracle deck for this year. Again, it really encapsulates the Yule season. Oh, just so good. Number 2 is Earth and Bone Oracle. So this is kind of a little bit different, right? So if you watched my tarot recommendations for this time of year, then you will see that I picked kind of darker themed decks. Let me turn you a small bit so you can see. Ta-da! And I was working with this deck a few weeks back, and I really loved the deep darkness. First of all, can we admire the blue? Stunning. But I loved how deep and thought-provoking this got. So like I had mentioned before, that this time of year is kind of the year we tend to slow down, we do a lot more inner work, maybe you do a lot more shadow work. Then this is an absolute fantastic shadow work deck. And of course the blues again coming through even though I associate more red, green and gold with Christmas especially, but I suppose winter would be more blue. So this is beautiful because it represents kind of the decay that comes with, or the decomposition that comes with winter, right? Everything is kind of laying to rest, you know, nothing is growing as such. So, you know, this is great for learning from the year just gone and seeing how you can adapt and change for the new year coming up. Next deck is The Solitary Witch by Lucy Cavendish. This has kind of silver foiling on the front, so it's hard to get a picture of it. I love this deck. I've always said that if I could just get the images printed off and just stick them in, whether it be a frame or on the wall, whatever, I just love it. And this is a great one for all my lovers of witchy elements, but you don't have to be a practicing witch, I feel, to enjoy this, because again, this really grasps the element of Yule or Christmas. Again, it's another deck that I feel you could use all year round for sure, because it showcases all the seasons very well. And again, the images are just beautiful, and the guidebook is very good Very good. So it's just, I mean, look at that. I mean, isn't this perfect? Especially, I'd say, as altar cards, these would be amazing. Or maybe you like to just set up a card for a month or a week. I mean, even this one. Okay, we're going to end on this one because this is just beautiful. For all my fairy tale lovers, I really feel Forest of Enchantment Oracle would be a beautiful oracle deck to work with this time of year. I'm sure there's loads of like little fairy tale, myths, folklore decks that you could work with this time of year. Okay, you're doing that. But this is just stunning. So it's very vibrant, very detailed, almost like the images are popping out of the cards. Again, another one that's great for meditation. A lot of inner work can be done with this deck. And so for those of us that like to do deep dives, so it's a great deck because I feel like it kind of covers both. If you want just quick snappy messages, it has that. But if you want to go deeper and dive deeper into it, then this is absolutely fantastic. And again, it's more of that beautiful folklore, fairy tale, myths and legends. So this is a fantastic deck. Very nature based as well, and the fae, and oh, it's so good for this time of year. But certainly not least, Winterseer Animal Oracle by Shiloh Thompson. This is just, I love this deck, and it's been a while since I've actually worked with it, but I love it. If I was to only have to work with one oracle for the winter season, I believe it would be this one. It's truly stunning, and I feel like the reason I love this a lot is because a good chunk of the, not so much beavers, but a good chunk of the animals are pretty much here in Ireland as well, so you can kind of relate to it, or you can understand the meaning. Some animal decks, I feel like we don't have them here in Ireland, so it's hard to kind of put meaning behind them, but I really like this deck more so for tapping into the animal energy of winter. And the guidebook, again, absolutely amazing. And if memory serves me right, is there a Winterseer or a tarot as well? I'm not sure if I remember that correctly. I know you guys will let me know in the comments, but I just love this, especially if you're like me and you kind of struggle with pairing Oracle and Tarot this time of year, because sometimes you want very Christmassy, and I don't have very Christmassy oracles. I mean, as close as it gets is the Yule. So this one kind of works, it actually works with most of the decks. Maybe not art-wise, but message-wise, they both complement each other. And I don't think, oh, look, it's the donkey. I love when donkeys are in a deck. Now, we don't have bears here in Ireland either. But we have plenty of badgers. And, oh, it's just so good. And I love the white and just the image. It really makes it pop more. And then you have, like, what the animal is and then a keyword. So, again, if you want to just go off that, you can dive into the guidebook. I'll show you the guidebook, actually, because I know some of you might be curious. And so you have, like, your big picture. It is Llewellyn, actually. I didn't realize this was a Llewellyn deck. And then you have your keyword and then a whole blurb. It's more than a blurb, whole page and a bit. And then you have inner reading. So, I mean, honestly, it's so detailed. Like, I mean, you really can't. In one sense, you can't go wrong with this oracle. My loves, those are my few oracle deck recommendations for this time of year. I know it's very short and sweet. I do find oracle decks for me, especially in the winter, Christmas, Yule, is very, very hard for me to see what works, because again, sometimes you might want brighter, you might want a little bit more muted, sometimes you want something that's very hard hitting, gentle, and so on and so forth. So it's trying to find that balance. I feel like a lot of these decks are quite balanced within each of those. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what your favorite oracle deck is to work with this time of year. I am so curious to know, and I'm always on the lookout for new oracle decks. You guys know that. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Remember, stay magical, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.